Okay, interesting news story that actually cropped up this week, which I think is actually very welcome news in theory. Obviously, the recent announcement of Microsoft downsizing and the shuttering of various studios, the one that really stood out that, well, actually, no, it wasn't just one, but the concept that Microsoft would be closing down Tango Gameworks in particular didn't go down particularly well, especially in light of continued assurances from Microsoft that it really wanted to take the Japanese market seriously. So the idea of its premier Japanese studio actually being shuttered just didn't quite make sense. And then, of course, there was the conflict in messaging from executives regarding the success of Hi-Fi Rush, which, you think should have put Tango Gameworks, into safety, if you like.
Right.
It didn't happen. It was shut down. And everyone was kind of wondering what would happen next. We now know what has happened next. Tango Gameworks will continue. It is not shutting down. Microsoft seems to have, I'm not sure whether sold, but regardless, PUBG publisher Krafton has acquired Tango Gameworks and apparently the Hi-Fi Rush IP. On the face of it, John, this is absolutely fantastic news, right?
Yeah, I mean, for sure. It seems like, I'd be curious to see how many people from the studio ended up transitioning to new jobs and how many are going to be returning. But it sounds on the surface to be like good news all around. This is only good news, I guess, because the other alternative was they shut down. But I think it's great that somebody stepped up with the cash to essentially keep them running, keep that office going. Yeah. It only makes sense. They were extremely talented.
Yeah. Hopefully it is a happy ending for Tango Gameworks, because it there just seemed to be an element of injustice about it all that really upset a lot of people, including us.
Yeah, big time.
Obviously raised a lot of questions about what Microsoft's strategy actually is, why this happened. We still don't really know that, because it was all couched within an existing narrative that everything was brilliant with Tango, but obviously it wasn't quite what Microsoft wanted. Will, thoughts?
Yeah, I don't think I have anything particularly new to add. I think it's wonderful that these developers are able to continue hopefully making great games. I hope that nobody important has left and gone somewhere else. I really hope a lot of that original team can stay together. But yeah, we'll see how it goes, I suppose.
Okay, so on the face of it, this is absolutely fantastic news, because obviously we've got a lot of respect for Tango Gameworks and we'd like to see more from them. I guess one thing which is slightly concerning me is the fact that it's Krafton that's picked them up, because there's been a lot of negative press recently about how the release of the Callisto Protocol happened. And there's talk of the developer being forced to release it early, which I think we can all say had a particular impact on the quality of the game at launch. It took a while to get it into shape, and I'd say that even now the PC version isn't in shape. But even so, maybe that's just an isolated thing. But the good news is that Tango is still in business, which is fantastic. And hopefully you're right. Hopefully that people who have departed will return.